The Harlem Renaissance, 1920s to mid-1930s. The Harlem Renaissance was an artistic and literary movement kindling a new black cultural identity. The identity was summed up by Alan Locke, a teacher and critic, in 1926. It was mainly a literary movement, but it also included jazz. The publishing industry was funded by whites' fascination with the world of Harlem. A majority of the literature focused on portraying realistic black life, while some conservative black critics assumed the depiction would impede the cause of racial equality. Some of the major authors were Jean Toomer, an American poet and novelist; Langston Hughes, an American poet, social activist, novelist, playwright, and columnist; Wallace Thurman, an American novelist, editor, publisher, and wrote literary journals; as well as Zora Neale Hurston, an American novelist, short story writer, folklorist, and anthropologist. Langston Hughes was born February 1st, 1902. His parents divorced when he was a young child. He was raised by his grandmother until he was 13, and then he moved to live with his mother and her husband. After graduating high school, he spent a year in Mexico before attending Columbia University. He also traveled to Africa and Europe, working as a seaman during that time. In 1926, his first book, The Weary Blues, was published by Alfred A. Knopf. His first novel, Not Without Laughter, won a Harlem Gold Medal for Literature. He died on May 22nd, 1967, at 20 East 127th Street in Harlem, that has since been renamed Langston Hughes Place.
I went down to the river. I sat down on the bank. I tried to make it, but couldn't. So I jumped in and sang. I came up once and hollered. I came up twice and cried. That water hadn't been so cold, I would have sunk and died. But it was cold in that water. It was cold. I took the elevator, 16 floors above the ground. I thought about my baby, and I thought I would jump down. I stood there and I hollered. I stood there and I cried. If it hadn't been so high, I would have jumped and died. But it was high up there. It was high. So since I'm still here living, I guess I will live on. I could have died for love, but for living, I was born. Though you may hear me holler, and you may see me cry, I'll be gone soon, baby. You ain't gonna see me die. Life is fine. Fine as wine. Life is fine.
The speaker seems as if in everything he or she does they have thoughts of giving up, but there is always something to keep them going. The speaker also states that he or she will be dogged, my sweet baby, if you're going to see me die. He or she wouldn't make their love go through the pain of seeing the speaker's death. The speaker continuously talks of life and living. Life is the most important thing to the speaker. The poem is a BAB form, so every other two ending words rhyme. Hughes uses exclamation points to show importance. Readers are able to understand how the speaker felt at the moments where he or she realizes life is more important than death. Hughes's use of grammar and punctuation emphasizes the speaker's feelings about life.